What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Gloria Victis. I have got some more tips for you Greenleafs, and we're going to be covering quite a few things here. First, we'll cover a few things regarding settings, then we'll cover a few things regarding your dailies. So, sit back and listen. You've probably noticed when you're going into any sort of combat, whether it be PvP or PvE, you'll probably notice that your directional blocks are actually taking more time for you to actually look in that direction. You'll notice how mine is very subtle, but you'll notice that yours you have to proper ramp it to the left or ramp it to the right or look down or look up in order to hit that block, that chained block. What I want you to do, in order to make this a wee bit more subtle and a wee bit easier on yourself, press escape, go to settings, go to this icon right here, and set your directional indicator sensitivity from 5 to 10. Click apply, and you should be able to block a lot sooner. You won't have to look, you won't have to look left and right or look down or look up in order to get those blocks in. When it comes to this game, there's actually really clever ways for you to get your attacks set up. Now, usually you'll find that you'll be using your directional indicators to do any sort of overhead or stab or anything like that. But here's a better way of doing that. Keep your left and right for swinging left and right with your left mouse button, so go to the left to swing left or go to the right to swing right. But instead of using, up or down for stab and overhead, click escape, click settings, go to this icon right here in the settings menu, scroll all the way to the bottom and bind your attack keys to specific keys. For example, for me, left mouse button is attack, so regardless of what I do, I will use mouse 0 or mouse 1, which is actually your left mouse button, and block as your right mouse button. Overhead, mouse 4, and stab, mouse 3. Observe. Notice how I didn't move my mouse at all there? I didn't move my character at all. I'm simply just clicking the buttons. This is a highly recommended way of doing things. I know for a fact that a lot of skilled PvPers do not have their right mouse button as block. They've actually got their block as Alt or Control. And what they do is they use their left mouse button for left swing, the left mouse button for left swing, the right mouse button for right swing, mouse 4 for stab, and mouse 3 for overhead. So that allows them to use their mouse buttons a wee bit more effectively, and it also means that their block button is on their left hand or your right hand if you're a lefty, if you really flow that way. But that's a little tip for you to actually set up your attacks with keybinds. It's a much better way of doing things, and you'll be able to actually win more fights doing it this way. So when you log into the game, especially after 24 hours, you'll be able to end up taking in a daily reward. Remember to claim it. Now, you've also got dailies as well. Now, these are things that you can assign yourself, and they've got levels to them. So, at the moment, I have Gathering Wood 1, Gathering and Mining Excavations level 1, and Killing Bandits level 3 because I've killed so many. What you'll get in return for this is actually monetary rewards, as well as contribution points, which can then be fed into bigger rewards. Contribution points are rewarded as 100 guild activity reward. Each guild activity is 2 times bigger than the previous reward. As you can quite clearly see, this is a good thing to have, and this guild contribution or guild activity feeds directly back into your reward level for your guild level. A higher guild level means better rewards. Also, saying that, you've also got these as well. These are also kind of like passive kind of achievements that you can do. So you've got Art of War, which is like sieging, PvP, ballistas, items looted off of players, defeated enemy players and stuff like that. You've got crafting, you've got character development, you've got other, which is usually opening loot chests and stuff like that, upgrading locations, winning a dice game, and then you've also got these as well. These are your achievements, like the ones that you can actually earn titles for. So I have Excavated Treasures 1 times, Valley of Death achieved 1 time, and this actually gives you a title, so you can go back to, where is it, this one? Here's your titles right here, and you can assign a title to your player, and everybody in your team can see this. So when you're travelling through the safe zone as a new player, you'll probably encounter horses. You can simply walk up to a horse and press E on it. However, you'll be given a small minigame. Now what you're doing here, and a lot of people can get kind of confused about this. See when you draw your weapon and you look left, right, up, down, and you left click? What you're essentially doing is meeting the same interaction as the minigame. So let me just show you, right? So we're going to go and tame this horse right here. Watch what happens. So what I'm going to use is my left mouse button and just move my mouse left, right, up and down. Right, up, left, down, up, left, down, left, down, up, left, right. You can see what I'm doing, right? So again, just meeting the directions with a left click. This does use stamina, but the more that you put into it, the better. And there we go. We now have John Jackman, and if you press Y, we can see that he has 60 points to spend. We got him to level 4 by doing that. And what to do is, if you want to assign the skill points to your horse, what you want to do is you want to go back to somewhere that's got a stable. For me, that's going to be the capital, so give me just a moment. Once you're back in your capital, what you want to do is you want to find the horseshoe icon. That is the stable master. So down here in Merrily, in the Izmir controlled faction area, he's down here. So it's that guy right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to press T to call our horse. So let's call our horse. So at the moment we're calling John Jackman right now, and he's going to appear literally in front of us or on top of us. Go through this little animation cycle. And there he is, John Jackman. What you can then do is press E on the stable master. Yes, I'd like to use the stable. You can then send him to the stable, and then you can assign the skill points. So for me, I want reduce the time needed to speed up and slow down this mount condition, increases the stamina of the mount, increases the amount of health, and the agility is the turning rate or the turning speed. So I'm going to put 30 into conditioning and 30 into dynamics. So it's going to be fast, and I'm going to be able to run for a longer period of time. And there we go. Now, you can have 3 maximum. You can also unlock this by using golden crowns or an unlock card through the item store. Use the gold crowns. But realistically, you don't need this many horses. You don't need a lot of horses unless you want to specialise into being cavalry. That is something that you can do in the game. You can specialise into being a mounted cavalryman. But I like to use my horses as just a way or means to actually traverse the map, because using one of these horses is a lot better than running. Whilst on the subject of the stable master, which is located right here, usually next to the stable master is the logistics guy. This is how you get around the main map. Now, anything that's glowing with that kind of white glow in the background, you can travel to these locations by using your own built up currency, your own built up money. And you can travel to anywhere that's connected with these solid blue lines. As you can see, we can travel as far as Merrily Lumber Mill, or we can go all the way over here to Ulfgard, or we can go over to Tennebrook, or to Hogston Outpost. At the moment, and here's a little tip for you: you cannot travel to something that is actively on fire, like this icon right here, or this one right here. You cannot travel to it when it's on fire like that. When it has a red glow behind it, it means the enemies are close or nearby, and you can still travel to it, but once it's on fire, it's declared being sieged. Another tip, and a very useful thing for your faction, is upgrading locations, specifically settlements or cities or fortresses. What you want to do is you want to come out of the Bastion Hold, and you want to come to this table right here, the Architect's Table. From here, you can see the blue icon things. These are the ones that have been upgraded to the fullest, but you'll also then see ones that are green. For example, the Master's Workshop is 2 out of 3. I want to start that construction. Once you start that construction, what you want to do is you want to step outside the Bastion. Outside of the Bastion will be a whole bunch of materials, essentially. Now, let's go over to the workshop and see what it needs. So it needs 2 wood and 1 mortar. So let's do that right now. So over here we have the mortar. Let's pick up the mortar. And let's move it over. It seems a little bit silly the way things work in this game now. But this is how it works now. It used to be a little bit different, but this is how it works now. As you can see, the mortar respawns, so this is actively building like kind of crafting materials. So all we have to do is move these materials to and from the bastion to the locations that you want to build things. Now we just need one more bit of wood. Now if you do this with a group of people, it makes it so much easier to get the fortress back up to like a very good standing, especially with stone walls. And there we go. Let's click E to upgrade. Every time we go into that little kind of beige icon right there, you can press E, use a little bit of stamina, and you'll also complete it a little bit quicker. We got some monetary gain there, and we also got some XP as well. So there you go, that's how easy it is. Use the bastion supplies, use the architect's table, and get things upgraded in your settlements. If you're going to do any sort of crafting, ladies and gentlemen, try not to use the safe zone crafting stations, because these, although they do give you a little quality chance buff, they're not the best. What you want to do is you want to travel to somewhere different. You want to travel to a city or a settlement or a castle that has a workstation which has +3 or +2 as a bonus. Let me just show you. So here we are back in Rexvold, and this is where we upgraded this little station right here. Let's run over to this little station over here and I'll show you what the difference is. So, Weaponsmith's Workshop +1. It's a +2 workshop actually, Weaponsmith +2. This gives you a massive bonus to your craftables. You can see +2 right here, you've got an 11% chance of crafting +2 items from this location. Not just that, you'll also get a small boon to your XP gathering, or your XP gathering in terms of your crafting. So if you're crafting, for example, weapons here, your weapon forging will go up a lot quicker. Now, here's one other tip for you. When you craft something, when you craft a weapon, for example, you craft like, I don't know, Freeman's hatchet, right, we'll take this for an example. We'll craft one of these, right, and it lands in your inventory and it's not got any of these, it's not got a blue glow to it, it's not got a green glow to it. What you want to do is you want to right click on it and click disassemble. If you disassemble it, you also get extra XP in the same crafting tree that you crafted from. So we would have leveled up weapon forging for crafting this item and disassembling it. So if you're doing any sort of like grinding in terms of crafting, that's a good way to do it. Also, I don't think I've actually highlighted this. You've probably seen me press escape and click the unstuck button. This is a free way to teleport to the closest capital, or sorry, to the capital or the closest city. So press escape, unstuck to the closest spawn. The closest spawn could be a city or a castle, it could be one of these little villages right here. But the other one is unstuck to the capital. Now you'll notice how it doesn't use anything. It takes us 30 seconds to do this, however. So if you are going to use this, make sure you're in a safe location, away from mobs and away from any sort of PvP, sieging or fighting. And just like that, we're back in our capital city. And it cost us absolutely nothing, only 30 seconds of our time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got time for you. If any of these tips helped you, let me know in the comments below. If they actually did find them helpful, leave a thumbs up on the video as well. If you want to stick around for more Gloria Victis tips and hopefully some combat footage from any of the sieges that I take part in, consider subscribing, ring the little bell and select all on the notifications bar. You'll be updated with the latest upload on the channel. And if you want to support me just a little bit further, ladies and gentlemen, consider clicking that join button, become a YouTube member. You'll get these videos before anybody else, you'll get your own member style videos, discounts on the merch shop, and you'll get benefits through the live stream. So if any of that sounds interesting or cool to you, hit that join button. Any and all new and existing members, thank you very much for your generosity on this channel. It means quite a deal to me. Anyway folks, if you've got anything that you want me to cover in the next video on Gloria Victis, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see what I can do for you. Anyway folks, thank you for watching. I've been Mr. Feudal. I'll see you all another time.